Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. In this episode, let's talk about a superbike from Giant, and it's going to be the 2022 Giant TCR Advanced Pro Zero. But before we start, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and hit that little like button because it's going to help in growing the channel. And of course, if you are already a subscriber, then definitely thank you. So as I was saying, a superbike from Giant. Let's first answer the question about who is this bike for. So you see, Giant TCR platform is all about lightweight, stiff climbing machines. So if you are in the market for that type of the bike, you should definitely check this Giant TCR Advanced Pro Zero for the 2022 season. At the moment when I am recording this, we can only speak about the retail prices in Europe and in Britain. I still don't have a confirmation for the retail prices in USA. So this retail price is 5,000 British pounds or 5,500 euros. So you definitely see it is an expensive bike, not eye-wateringly expensive, but expensive bike. But we will see when we dive into the specifications and all the components why I call this bike a super bike, and then at the end I will give you my opinion, should you buy this bike or should you just consider it. Also, when we speak about the paint scheme on this bike, unfortunately there is only one paint scheme, but it's absolutely beautiful. So this is this metallic orange with a hint of black, stunning paint scheme. I'm glad that Giant has provided this paint scheme, but I still believe that the Giant should have provided at least another paint scheme, because after all, a retail price is 5,000 British pounds or 5,500 euros. Now, let's dive into the specifications of this bike and let's really see what do you get for your hard-earned money. As always, I will kick off with the frame and the fork on this bike. So the frame is a carbon fiber, advanced grade carbon fiber frame, and also advanced grade carbon fiber fork from Giant. This fork is a full carbon fiber fork with the Giant's own overdrive 2 steerer. Of course, a frame and the fork are ready for the internal cable routing and flat mount disc brakes, and also this is a press fit bottom bracket on this frame. I have to mention here that Giant TCR advanced grade carbon fiber frames and forks are absolutely stunning, superb stuff. You have a lifetime warranty on carbon fiber frames from Giant and 10 years warranty on the fork. And also I gotta mention that this a TCR Advanced Pro level of the carbon fiber is not, creme de la creme, top of the line that Giant can do. They still have their upper level, which is the carbon fiber SL level from Giant. But make no mistake, this advanced grade carbon fiber frame and the fork, absolutely superb. I have no complaints here. When it comes to the handlebar and the stem on this bike, first thing first, I'm glad that these are separate pieces. So it's going to be easy to adjust your position on the bike, and in the future, if you want to replace any of these pieces, it's super easy, nothing is proprietary. Handlebar here is the Giant's Contact SLR. So this SLR handlebar is a carbon fiber handlebar, absolutely stunning piece of work from Giant, and if you would buy this handlebar on the open market, this would be approximately 270 British pounds, or we can call it approximately 300 euros. When it comes to the stem is a Giant Contact SL, so this is aluminum stem. I have no problems that they matched, aluminum stem with the carbon fiber handlebar, absolutely superb. The main thing to keep in mind here is, as I say, separate pieces for handlebar and the stem, nothing is proprietary, very easy to adjust your position and easy to replace in the future. When it comes to the seat post and the saddle, seat post is, of course, Giant's carbon fiber variant seat post, superb job. Carbon fiber seat post is going to soak up so much of the road bumps, and the saddle is Giant Fleet SL saddle. I'm expecting this saddle to be pretty good, but if you don't like this saddle, since saddles are a personal preference, it's very easy to replace this saddle with your desired preferred saddle. Now let's talk about the group set on this bike, because this is definitely one of the highlights. So you are getting a superb Shimano Ultegra Di2 electronic group set, and this is the Shimano's Ultegra R8100, so the newest, latest Shimano Ultegra. This is a 12-speed group set, and this is a semi-wireless group set. So when I say semi-wireless, what do I mean by that? So you see, the shifters are wirelessly communicating with the front mech and the rear mech, and then front and the rear mech are connected with a cable. The main reason for that is that Shimano still says that if you want the top performance in the front shifting, so shifting of the front mech, you still need it to be connected, with a cable to the battery, because that's the most crisp and fastest shifting, and I totally believe them. So this Shimano Ultegra Di2 electronic group set, superb stuff, stunning electronic group set, so everything from shifters, front mech and the rear mech, everything is Shimano's Ultegra Di2 R8100. 12-speed group set, as I mentioned, where the rear mech can accept the cassette maximum 34 tooth. That's very nice. And when you look at the cassette on this bike, you are getting a Shimano Ultegra 12-speed cassette. This is 1130 cassette, and this is paired with the crankset, which is the Shimano's Ultegra crankset 5236. So 5236 crankset and 1130 cassette. Okay, definitely you will be able to climb some steep mountains, but what I would advise you in the future, when you destroy this cassette, just put on 1134 cassette and you'll have so much more range. Chain on the bike, no cutting corners, Shimano Ultegra level chain. Please do keep that chain even in the future. If you are replacing the chain, just keep it with the Shimano Ultegra. It's a great chain. When it comes to the braking performance on this bike, everything is done with superb Shimano Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes, 160mm braking rotors, Shimano's MT800. So these are from the mountain bike world, with Shimano's ice-tech Ice Freeza technology, superb stopping power and heat dissipation. But the rear braking rotor is only 140mm. I absolutely have no clue why Giant did it. That's a bit of a no-no in my book, and this is probably the only negativity about this bike. So what I would advise you here is, once when you destroy these braking rotors, buy yourself again a new Shimano Ultegra rotors or this Shimano MT800, but buy it in 160mm both front and the back. You're gonna have a superb heat dissipation, superb braking power. As it is now, 140mm at the back, absolutely have no clue why Giant did it. For me, it's a bit of a disappointment. When it comes to the bottom bracket on this bike, it's a press-fit Shimano bottom bracket. I'm expecting no creaking noises because Giant's carbon fiber frames are a high-quality frame. And the tolerances on this frame should be very good. Now let's talk about the wheel set on this bike. So you see, you are getting again a superb Giant SLR1 42 carbon fiber wheel set. So if you would need to buy this wheel set on the open market, the price is 500 British pounds for the front wheel and 700 British pounds for the rear wheel. So you see, it's a pretty impressive wheel set from Giant. As I said, a carbon fiber wheel set with the Giant's hookless technology. Of course, this wheel set is tubeless ready, so you can run the tubeless tires. 42mm rim height and the inner rim width 19.4mm. Okay, I wish that the inner rim width is a bit wider, but it is what it is. 19.4mm is kind of a standard today. When it comes to the hubs on this wheel set, you are getting Giant's own hubs. So the rear hub and the front hub with the Giant own, low friction sealed bearing hubs, but the rear hub specifically comes with the ratchet driver system, 32-tooth system, and you have probably seen this system from DT Swiss, which is absolutely great, and I'm expecting these hubs to work perfectly fine. When it comes to the axles, so we have 12mm through axles both front and the back, Sapim spokes, 24 spokes front and the back, superb stuff, and the total weight of this wheel set is going to be 1,452 grams. In my book, superb carbon fiber wheel set on this bike, and absolutely I have no complaints about it. This wheel set is wrapped in the Giant's own tires. Basically, these are Cadex race tires. Cadex, let's call it a sub-brand of Giant. So this is a tubeless tire, 25mm tire. They are saying that the effective width is 26.2mm, but what I would suggest you is, once when you destroy these tires, buy yourself 28mm tires. Simple reason is that you will have so much more air volume inside and you will get so much smoother bike ride. And this frame can take the tires all the way up to 32 millimeters, so it's absolutely great. Of course, forgot to mention here that on this carbon fiber frame from Giant you are getting their own Ride Sense Bluetooth sensor, so you can of course pair it with any onboard computer that you are running. When it comes to the weight of this bike, Giant doesn't, specifically express it here, but I would expect that in the size medium-large, this bike would come probably around 7.3, 7.4 kilograms, including the pedals. So this is going to be a very light bike, make no mistake about it, and always keep in mind that professionals are running their bikes at 6.8 kilograms in all the, professional Grand Tour races. So, in a summary, what is my recommendation to you? Should you consider this bike, or should you just go ahead and buy it immediately? Considering the retail price of 5,000 British pounds or 5,500 euros, this Giant TCR Advanced Pro Zero is an absolute recommendation from me. Just go ahead and buy it if you can get your hands on one of those, because it's an absolutely stunning bike. Giant has done a great job with this bike, and definitely two major highlights are the Shimano's Ultegra Di2 electronic group set, the newest one, 12-speed group set, and these beautiful carbon fiber wheels from Giant. So, I think this is going to be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing, and if you do, please do subscribe and hit that little like button so you're always notified when I make a new video. And as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!